What's up, CCA UNITE? My name is Janelle Lynnae, and I'm so excited to be speaking to you today. Thank you to Karina for bringing me in. I'm so pumped to be speaking for you all virtually. I wish I could be there in person, real time, but I'm in Miami at the time that you're watching this, and I'll probably be like on the beach, having a good time. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about 4 tools for building insane confidence. And just to tell you a little bit about me, I am the founder of Next Level Confident. I go into companies and I teach women how to build confidence in the workplace. And so you can connect with me on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's at Janelle_Lynnae. And I think you can figure out how to find the spelling of my name. I don't know. If not, too bad. You can go to my website, nextlevelconfident.com, and you can connect with me there. And lastly, if you are a big reader, or even if you're not a big reader, my book is on Amazon. It is called Flex Your Confidence Muscle, and that's available right now. It actually is on pre-sale, and it will be launched fully on July 7th. So you can go to Amazon and grab your book there. So without further ado, let's talk about the 4 tools for building confidence. Don't mind me, I have my handy dandy notebook here, just diving right in. The number one thing that if you get nothing else from this little mini video from Janelle Lynnae, I want you to get this. Your beliefs lead to your thoughts lead to your actions, and your actions lead to your results. So if you're not getting the result you want in a certain area of your life, you get to look at your beliefs around what's possible. So what do I mean by that? We all have limiting beliefs. We all have lies that we're telling ourselves day in and day out. A lot of them are formed from like early childhood years. And so for me, just to tell you a little bit about my story, I grew up in upstate New York, and my dad was working at Cornell University. We moved from upstate New York to Colorado when I was 13 years old. And then I moved to San Diego when I was 24. So that's kind of like where I moved. And so when I moved from New York to Colorado, what happened was I started to create a lot of limiting beliefs around being an outsider, feeling like I wasn't enough. And it was right when I was 13. So it was like time of like last year of middle school, just a really, just kind of a big time to go through a big move. And that's just when I was telling myself all of these limiting beliefs about not being good enough, not being enough, not being smart enough. That was one of my big limiting beliefs, is that I'm not smart enough. There were so many limiting beliefs and so many lies that I believed, and I didn't realize that my beliefs were impacting everything around me. And so as soon as you realize that your beliefs lead to your thoughts lead to your actions, and actions lead to your results, instead of focusing so much on actions and results, like let's say, a great example is always the gym. Let's say you're going to the gym over and over and over again, but you're not getting the results. Or maybe you keep saying you're going to go, but you keep not going. Well, the thing behind that is that there's a belief of I'm never going to be fit, or my family, we come from a place of being overweight, and obesity runs in my family. So that's just my reality. So if you're telling yourself this belief all the time over and over and over again, then your result is going to be that you're still not going to the gym. You still don't have the physique that you want. So you think about in business, if you're telling yourself, I'm not smart enough, or my ideas aren't that original, or there's like thousands and thousands of different limiting beliefs. But if you tell yourself these things over and over and over again, then your result is constantly going to be whatever is the manifestation of that thought pattern. And so we really do attract these results into our life. So if you don't have like the finances that you want, you attract that. If you don't have the relationships you want, you attract that. Everything that you have in your life is a result of your beliefs. So I would encourage you to really think about what are the limiting beliefs going on in your own mind. The first step is truly awareness. Observe the thoughts that you find yourself thinking, especially when you're in really stretchy moments. Like right now, a lot of you I know are seniors and you're about to graduate high school. So you're about to go to college, and then you're going to be, like around people who feel like they're maybe above you, or I don't know, like as you're in your career path, you're probably going to start to you might feel intimidated by certain people. In those moments when you're feeling intimidated or you're feeling not as good, what are the thoughts that are going on in your mind? really become aware of those first and foremost. It's so important to just have awareness and observe your thoughts, because you can't really change your thoughts if you never, ever, ever observe those thoughts. And for me, like, vulnerability was not a thing that I was into. I was not into thinking about this kind of stuff. I was like, I'm good, I'm strong, I'm moving a million miles an hour, like, go, 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 go. And I really was like the hare in the tortoise and hare race. I was just like going so fast that I wasn't ever taking time to do the slow, steady route. And this mindset work is such an important part to be able to get the results you want, both in your career and personally. It's how you manifest anything. So that's number one, is knowing that anytime you don't have a result in your life that you want, look at your belief. What's the belief around what's possible for you? Number two, I love this. This is good. This is good. Let's go. Can I get some, come on, some bodies. Okay, number two. Short-term sad face equals long-term happy face. Short-term happy face equals long-term sad face. Now, it'd be easier. You know what? Let me just draw a little. Let's draw a little thing here. We're going to draw. Okay, so short-term happy face. You guys all see that little happy face? Leads to long-term sad face. Okay, great visual. Great visual. And on the flip side, short-term sad face leads to long-term happy face. Okay, this right here changed my life. But really, this is powerful. If you're willing to get uncomfortable, which is our short-term sad face, if you're willing to get uncomfortable and do things that suck in the short term, like starting a business, let's be honest, if you're an entrepreneur, it's going to be a short-term sad face when you get started on stuff, because it can be a lonely road, right? But ultimately, you could be the next Elon Musk or the next Oprah Winfrey. Like, that leads to the long-term happy face. But if you keep choosing short-term comfortability, this is what I saw actually at a conference, at a seminar 4 years ago, when I quit my job as a personal trainer and I decided to start Next Level Confident. I saw this and it was like, okay, am I going to keep choosing my short-term happy face? So for you right now, ask yourself, what is the short-term happy face that you keep choosing that one day down the road, you're going to look at your life and be sad that you didn't take action sooner, right? What are you putting off? What are you pretending that you don't know? That's something we like to do as humans. We like to pretend like we don't know stuff. We're like, oh, I'm fine. Or, if you're in a relationship you're not really that happy with, like, oh, it'll all work out. And we just avoid the conflict. We avoid the pain, which makes sense. Like, no one wants to be in pain. But sometimes the short-term pain leads to the long-term gain. And then you're going to be pumped and so proud of yourself for doing the thing that's harder. So, it's hard for me to know what your circumstances could be within your education, choosing your major. It could be something with your sports. Like, there are so many different ways this could manifest, but truly for you, being willing to get uncomfortable first, knowing, just trust that one day it's going to make sense. Being able to walk away from something that doesn't serve you one day means you're going to attract the thing that does serve you. But if you keep staying with that thing and you keep like hoping it'll all work out, sometimes you keep staying with the short-term happy face because it's comfortable and happy. But one day down the road, years pass and you're disappointed because you didn't do the thing that made you uncomfortable. So that one is all about getting outside of your comfort zone and trusting for that long-term happy face. And you guys, I still use that one for myself. Like, when there are days when I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I speak for companies. I speak for a lot of Fortune 500 companies. I just wrote my book. In fact, my book's on pre-sale for Amazon, like I just said, but I'm actually still editing my book. And there are times when I'm working on my book and I'm just like, why am I doing this? This freaking sucks. Why am I writing a book? But then I keep coming back to short-term sad face equals long-term happy face. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. So be willing to do that short-term sad face, even if it might feel like you're the only person doing it. Okay, number 3, visualization and affirmations. I'm sure you all already know about this. This is not like groundbreaking stuff, especially if you're like on TikTok or anything else. You might see this, although who knows, maybe I just see it on mine because that's the stuff I'm into. So, visualization. What is visualization? Visualization is visualizing your future the way that you want to see it. This builds your confidence because it helps you to actually feel the feelings of it as if it has already happened. Let me say that again. This builds your confidence because it helps you feel like it's already happened. Your emotions and your mind, they don't actually know when something has really happened or when you've visualized it and felt the feelings as if it's already happened. So a lot of times, I don't know why on the airplanes, I have the best visualization. So I'll be flying on an airplane, I'm sitting there and I'm like closing my eyes and I'm just, this is a common visualization for me. I'm like speaking at my own conference. I'm hosting my own conference. It's a huge arena, thousands and thousands and thousands of people, probably like 10,000. And I visualize what it's like to stand. I'm standing on that stage. I look out. You always have to look with a visualization. You have to look out of your own eyeballs. This is such a weird little side note, but look out of your own eyeballs because a lot of times when people do visualizations, they like see, like they would picture themselves as in the crowd, but they would see themselves on stage. Is this making sense? Hopefully you're picking up what I'm laying down. But you wouldn't in a real life be standing in the crowd, seeing yourself on stage. You would be the one standing on stage and outside of your eyeballs, you would look out to see what you'd see and you would see a sea full of people, right? So I visualize that on the airplane and I'll see all the people and in the front row, I'll probably see some people I actually know, because like my mom and dad probably bought tickets to the front row. And then I see, some friends and clients of mine and whatnot. And I'm like, can't believe all of these people, like a lot of it comes back to gratitude, right? I'm like, I can't believe all these people came to this conference just to learn from me and my team and the other speakers that I put on for all this. And I like picture dancing on stage, getting some Tony Robbins style stuff in there. I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then I'll be like crying on the airplane, visualizing this sick conference. So do I have a conference with 10,000 people? Not yet. But I love visualizing that. And I love knowing that that's in my future. That's in my future. And what's cool is like I started visualizing speaking for companies before I ever spoke for any companies. Now I have companies like Cisco, McAfee, Accenture, like Fortune 500 huge companies that hire me to speak for them, to teach people how to build confidence in the workplace, all based on the human mind. So that is visualization. So think about the things that you want. I can tell you for sure the thing I did not visualize, I didn't know about any of this stuff in high school. Any of this stuff. I was like, honestly, I was pretty much like depressed in high school. So I've come very, very far on my journey. But I used to be on the volleyball team. I was like pretty mediocre, like pretty average. And I wish that I had known about the power of visualization for sports because it's actually really big for athletes too. Visualize getting the kill or whatever. Visualize spiking the ball and it hitting the ground and like someone diving to try to get it, but they couldn't get there in time. So it was just such a sick slam, So like think about maybe it's your sport, maybe it's the college you want to get into, maybe it's the person you want to ask to prom, maybe it's, I don't know, but visualize yourself doing it and visualize it being a success. Visualize your bank account, visualize the business that you start, visualize it all going the way you want it to go. And let yourself feel the emotions, like let yourself feel the gratitude, let yourself feel the heartbeat. Get excited about it because your brain doesn't actually know the difference between the real emotions of it really happening versus you visualizing it. So that means you're able to attract it more easily. Crazy. So cool. And then affirmations. That's another one I'm really, really, really big on. I have affirmations on my phone. I put them in my notepad. I'm going to show you all this. Put it in my notepad and I pin it. So it's up at the top. These are my millionaire affirmations right here there's a book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Hopefully I'm quoting that properly. And he gives you a bunch of millionaire affirmations. So I say these millionaire affirmations every single day. You'll see I have like a little bullet point of each one. And I say it in the mirror out loud with my hand on my heart, because that's what he actually says to do is put your hand on your heart. So out loud in front of the mirror, looking yourself in the eye. That's something, the mirror part is what Louise Hay teaches. I'm all about different authors and all their teaching. So she talks about how when you had negative things spoken over you as a child, often the negative things were said to you. And it's not always as a child. It could be like now. You could have people bullying you right now, or you could have like teachers or friends or whatever making comments that really hurt you right now too. So I'm not trying to say it's all just when you were a little kid, but a lot of that stuff does take root and like plants negative seeds when you're a little kid. Anywho, so affirmations in the mirror is like you're looking at yourself and you're talking to yourself as if you were a parent talking to you or as if you're a friend talking to you. It's honestly kind of weird and awkward at first. So I guarantee when you first start this, if you choose to do affirmations and look in the mirror while you do it, you might feel a little strange about it, but this stuff works. It works. So it's so worth it. This is how you can build your confidence. This is how you can show up powerfully. This is how you can attract the things that you most want out of your life. So these are the affirmations I say. I'm just going to read a few of them. My inner world creates my outer worlds. What I heard about money isn't necessarily true. I choose to adopt new ways of thinking that support my happiness and my success. What I modeled around money was their way. I choose my way. So whenever I say my affirmations, I say them with power. I say them with confidence. Even if there are things that I don't yet believe, I speak them into existence because I'm believing that I will believe them one day. Obviously, I wouldn't do affirmations for something like I don't have to affirm that I have short, dark brown hair because I have short, dark brown hair. I'm affirming things that don't always feel true for me. And in money mindset was one of those things that I've really been working on. And that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other topic. Okay, so number 3, that was visualizations and affirmations. And then the 4th tool for building your confidence that I have for you today, the 4th and final, is confidence equals peace and peace equals harmony. So I know that this entire year's event is around harmony. And I'm a pretty harmonious person, but also you can tell I'm pretty passionate and like, woo, I think you can actually have both. It's not either or. I used to think like, I could either be all of this or be peaceful and harmonious, but the truth is they come together and they unite. And so how does confidence play into peace and harmony? Glad you asked. Thank you so much. Okay, so think about negative thought patterns. If you're constantly playing negative thought patterns, like you scroll on social media and you're like, oh my gosh, they're just so much smarter than I am, or they're so much further along than I am, and they've got so many things to offer that I don't have to offer. So let's say you're telling yourself that stuff over and over and over again, you have these negative thought patterns, or I don't know, there's 1,000 other negative thought patterns you could be thinking. When you are constantly replaying negative thought patterns and you're constantly saying things to yourself that are like negative self-talk, that makes you feel not peaceful. A lot of the people I work with, they tell me about how they go to a meeting or they, have an interview. And after the interview or after the meeting, they're like ruminating on everything they did wrong. Like, okay, so I wish I would have said this better, and I wish I would have done this better, and I wish I was like this. And so they're being like so hard on themselves and so critical of themselves that this negativity is just permeating in the body. And do they feel peaceful? No, they don't feel peaceful. So all of these things that I've already taught on today, like number 1 was your beliefs lead to your thoughts lead to your actions lead to your results. I'm teaching you that because that will ultimately lead to you having a more peaceful mind. And then the short-term sad face, long-term happy face, that whole thing, it's all about choosing to get uncomfortable so that you know that you're living in alignment with your purpose so that you can feel more peaceful, knowing that you're living a purposeful life, not just a life going through the motions, not just a life of mediocrity. And then number 3 about visualizations and affirmations. Some of my affirmations are around being peaceful because some days I wake up and I'm like, there's so much to get done, and like working on the to-do list. And then I listen to affirmations about peace and about releasing stress and releasing the need to get everything done. And like, it's all going to get done in the proper time. Trust that times are going to all work out. So visualizations and affirmations lead to a more peaceful mind and a more harmonious life. And then, the thing is like the more secure that you are in who you are and who you authentically are, being unapologetic about who you are and knowing that your life matters and knowing that you are important and you are worthy and you are lovable exactly as you are today, when you really step into that belief, that's true peace. That's true peace right there, because nothing can replace that feeling. Nothing can replace knowing that you belong and that you matter here on earth. You don't have to achieve a bunch of stuff to be valuable. You're valuable exactly as you are today. You're loved just as you are today. And the more you affirm that in yourself, the more you remind yourself of that, even if it doesn't feel true right now, even if you're dealing with anxiety or depression or dark thoughts or negative thought patterns, or even if you just sometimes are too hard or critical on yourself, the more you can remind yourself of how lovable you are, how incredible you are, literally exactly as you are today, the more peaceful you will feel, the more secure that you will feel, and the more harmonious you will feel. And the harmony that just permeates your life of like, I belong here. I'm so proud of who I am. I'm so proud of who I am. I don't need to prove it to everyone else. I don't have anything to prove to other people because I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. And that's what true confidence is. That's what true confidence is. All right, that's all I have for you all. Thank you so much for letting me come on here and get spicy and have a blast and teach you about building your confidence muscle. Don't forget to check out my book on Amazon, Flex Your Confidence Muscle, and let's connect on social media. If something today stood out to you or was helpful for you, I would love to hear about it, and hope you enjoy the rest of this time and the rest of the speakers. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.